Do you want to start your own business because you need lots of money? Do you want to do something you love and earn lots of money? If you want, then you are on right place. Today we are going to talk about dog breeding business. For dog lovers with a small business, starting a dog breeding business combines their passion and can be deeply satisfying on top of the financial benefits. Like any other business, if you are going to start a dog breeding business, you need to get a few things in order before you get started. Make sure you stay with us whole video and don't miss anything, cause on the end of this video you will be ready to start dog breeding business. On the 11th place, you need to find a veterinarian you trust. For any animal owner, a vet you can trust is important. As a dog breeder, a vet you can connect with is a vital investment in your business. Not all vets are created equal. Some are better with large animals, some with small. Even the best dog-oriented vet is going to have breeds they are just better at handling. It's important you find someone that has a rapport with both you and your dogs. You and your dogs will be happier and more confident during visits. For a good vet, word of mouth is the way to go. Online reviews can be useful as guidelines, but speaking to people who take their beloved pets to a vet and either rant or rave about them is the best way to narrow the field down, followed by a visit to the surgery. You want a surgery that is clean, friendly, and ensure people keep visiting animals under control at all times. A surgery that is dirty, chaotic, unhappy front of house staff is unlikely to give you the best treatment for your animals. On the 10th place, you need to save up for a rainy day. Save a percentage of your earnings and put it aside for emergencies every month. This needs to cover anything from broken equipment to emergency vet visits, so it's a vital step for your dog breeding business. While the right insurance will cover you for the most issues that come up, emergencies almost always need a cash outlay at the time. Putting money aside on the monthly basis means you don't have a sudden unexpected expense taking a massive chunk out of your hard-earned cash flow. And I'll give you even top saving tip. Aim for the 20%, but realistically 15% of your income should be tucked away. Try and put this money into the highest interest earner you can find, while still being able to access it immediately. On the 9th place, you need to open a separate bank account. A separate bank account makes it easier to track your income and expenses for your business. It's a lot harder to budget if your business finance keep getting mixed up with your weekly shopping. Most banks will have a small business account option, including lower fees up to a certain level of income. Using a business account to pay any salaries, website costs, and other expense makes it a lot easier to deal with the tax season. Keeping your records up to date in an easily accessible trail means never getting confused over whether you are operating in the green or not. And I will even give you top banking tip. There are now multiple online banks that offer business accounts for small and new businesses. They often have lower fees than the standard banks, and many will look at all credits level. On the 8th place, you need to market yourself on social media and get your website up and running. Social media is the making or breaking of a small business in today's world. A dog breeding business is perfect for picture-rich sites like Instagram and TikTok, and will drive customers to your website. Make sure you update your social media on a regular basis, because your followers will drop away otherwise. You want a reputation for reliability, and that starts with your marketing. Keep your websites up to date with a weekly or monthly blog, including countdown posts to Puppy Day. Make sure to interact with fans who reach out to you and keep things light-hearted and pleasant. Keep your business and personal feeds strictly separate, and be careful about what you post if it's not related to your business. And I'll give you top social media tip. Once the puppies are on their way, setting up a live feed in the birthing crate can really get your audience invested in your dogs. On the 7th place, you need to keep it legal. Different countries and local areas have licensing requirements for breeders, and you need to check to make sure you're compliant. In the United Kingdom, a dog breeder located in England, Wales, or Northern Ireland who breeds 3 or more litters in a year and sells the puppies needs a license. But that license can be valid for 1, 3, or 5 years, depending on the local council. In Scotland, the dog breeder will need a license if they are breeding and selling 5 or more litters a year. Check with your local council and make sure you meet all of the license requirements. Any buyer is going to want to see your license before shelling out for a puppy. And I'll give you a top license tip. Being a licensed seller gives you business credibility and peace of mind to your buyers. Make sure you note it on your website. On the 6th place, you need to get the right equipment. Everything from crates to dog balls to the collars and leads are dependent on 2 things: the size of the dog breed and your budget. This includes the property you are using. There is a massive difference between the size requirements for a Chihuahua versus a Great Dane. Equipment can range from a homemade to pre-made budget items to the top of the line luxury. Choose what's right for your dogs and your finances, and budget wisely. And I'll give you top equipment tip. Start with budget appropriate affordable items and reinvest some profits into upgrading equipment. On the 5th place, you need to write a detailed budget. When you're starting up, you're going to want to price everything you'll need in advance. Plus, I have surplus for unexpected expenses. And with animals, there are always unexpected expenses. You need to budget for food, equipment, vet fees and potential emergencies, stud fees, traveling and marketing as a starting point. If you intend on running your dog breeding business as your main income earner, you'll need to include rent, mortgage and utilities as an extra expense. A genealogy program is a nice to have. You can go old school with a pen and paper, but checking lines manually can take hours of work. If you can afford it, add it on your budget. Once the puppies arrive, you'll have your puppies pack and promotional materials to add, plus registration fees and vaccinations. And I'll give you top budget tip. Work out what you think it will cost and add at least 40% There are always unexpected expenses. And on the fourth place, you have to avoid trend breeding. If you're breeding specifically to meet a trend, what is your plan when that trend ends? 101 Dalmatians resulted in an explosive demand for Dalmatian puppies, only for a huge number of those dogs to end up in shelters when the owners realized they could not cope with the breed. Game of Thrones did the same thing to huskies. Unscrupulous breeders took advantage of the demand and bred for speed instead of good genetics, and released animals with health and temperamental issues to the new owners who had no idea how to deal with them. The people who bought these animals took two working dog breeds and tried to turn them into lab dogs, and the result will always be catastrophic until humans stop being influenced by media. Trend breeds will remain a thing, but it's unfair to the dogs. Breeding to trend raises serious ethical issues and can lead the buyer off a financial cliff. If you want a long-term business here, it's a practice best avoided. On the third place, you need to choose a breed of dog to specialize in. You have the whole range of Doggydon to choose from here. If you already have a dog breed you know and love, the choice will be easier. But if you're starting from scratch, you'll want to do your research carefully. For first-time breeders, you'll be better off choosing a single breed to start with and investing in the best breed you can find. Are you breeding for family pets, show dogs, or working dogs? Will the local market support the breed you choose? It's an unpleasant fact that dog breeds go in and out of fashion, and some breeds suffer from discriminatory legislation. If you're breeding specifically for family pets, you need to ensure that you have a market for your dogs and that you are in code with your local bylaws. Different breeds can have different temperaments and requirements, and every dog breed has potential health and behavior issues you need to be aware of before starting your program. Large breeds need a lot more space and exercise, so keep in mind the size of the dog and your available property before you pick your pup. On the second place, we have insurance. Insurance is a must for any business. When starting your dog breeding business, you have to find insurance that takes your animals into account. Any business will need insurance that covers standard concerns like fire, flood, theft, and equipment. As a dog breeder, you need insurance that covers your premises, your animals, and yourself. Public liability insurance is vital. You will be dealing with the general public on a regular basis, and accidents can happen very fast. Insurance is one of the key areas where you should never skimp. Get a full package to cover all eventualities and give yourself peace of mind so that you can concentrate on building your business and providing the best start in life for your puppies. On the first place, you need to write a business plan. Your first step after deciding on a dog breeding business should be to write a business plan. If you need financing, you need to show this to the most banks. If you are fully self-financed, a business plan will lay out your goals and requirements, and lay the groundwork for a successful business. You can find free business plan templates online, from simple templates to more complex ones. And I'll give you top business plan tip. Most local government sites will have a free template up to help new business owners and a help section to talk you through the different parts of the plan.